So first of all, you have to go to the login page, whose URL which we have given to you. And once you come onto this page, you will have to click this link of login. Once you do this, you will land up on this page. This is where you have to insert your account details which we have given to you. So once you have inserted your login details, you have to click this button and sign in. And once you do this, you will land up onto the dashboard of the CRM. By default, you will see the number of customers, number of leads, and number of bookings in the system. So number of customers are the unique number of people who have inquired in your system, and number of leads are the total number of leads which these unique customers have generated in your system. Therefore, a single customer can have multiple leads in the CRM. And booking is the number of files or bookings you have generated in the system. By default, there is a leaderboard in your system so that you can see your team's performance, who is bringing sales for your company. And there is a drop down option of last. You can see the report of yesterday, last 7 days, and last 30 days. This is how you can see the employees' performance, and all the employees in your company can see this performance as well. Now let's dive into the leads section of the CRM. So leads, as you can see in the navigation menu, there is an option of leads. This is where all the leads in your system can be seen. By default, I have logged in from an administrator account. So as an administrator, I can see all the leads which are present in my system to all the users who are present in my system. As you can see right now, there are two leads in the list page. All leads are two, and since this is a dummy account, that's why the number of leads are less. And there is a tab of new leads wherein you can see all the leads which are new or fresh in your system, and there is one tab of favorites. So let's first dive down and see what exactly the lead listing page is. So this is where you can see the name of the customer, mobile, email, where he wants to go, when he wants to go, and from which city is he coming from, what's the status of a lead, and what's the source of a lead, who is the person this lead is assigned to. And there are some action items against a lead. As you can see, one is favorite, another ones you can assign a lead to someone, you can see the details of a lead, or you can edit a lead. So let's first see what does edit action do. So when I click this edit button, I can change the details of the lead what has been given to us. Once I do that, I can update the lead status, and the data will be updated here itself. Second one is view details. So once I click this button, I can see all the details of a lead which is present in the system. So as I can see the lead customer detail, I can see the lead detail as well. Now there are few tabs which are present in the system, which is activities, notes, emails, and alerts. So this is where you can see all the activities against a lead which is happening in a timeline manner. So you can user can create a note against a lead just by clicking this button. You can log an email or log a note. Let me just log a note. This is a test note. And once I press add button, this note will get added. I'll get a notification that note has been added. I can also send an email to the customer directly from the system, from the ERP itself. I just need to click this button, send email. I just need to add the email ID where I want to send an email. I just need to add a subject line and the body of the email, and I have to send this button. Once I do this, the email will be sent to the customer, and I've got a notification that email has been sent successfully. I can also create an alert against a lead. Alert is something which is a reminder in a way, so that if in case you want a reminder to yourself that I want to call this customer tomorrow, let's say at 7 p.m., then I just need to choose the date and time, and that's it. And I have to add some content, and when I do this, I get the notification, yes, it has been added successfully. All these activities get stored here in the system against a lead, which is the lead of a Deshmukh. If you want to see, we can see this. Let me just refresh this page. Let me come back. As you can see, we can see the mail has been sent, the alert has been created, and a note has been added. All these things are there. And Whenever an alert is created, the reminder will be coming into the email ID of the employee who has created this alert. So similarly, we can also change the status of a lead from new to contacted or closed or whatever you want to change lead status to. We can do that. Uh, this is this lead which are present in the system. Now, one of the unique feature of our CRM is that all the leads which are coming into your system via an API will get listed here in this new leads tab, wherein your employee can see the customer name, departure date, leaving from, adults and destination, nothing else. And all the new leads which are fresh leads can be seen by all the employees of your system, of your company, and they can assign a lead to themselves. So a sales user will see assign button here, and once he click this button, he will see all the details. He will get the lead assigned to himself, or as an administrator you can also assign the lead to some of your employee. So let me assign this lead to Akhil. It's done. Once I do this as you can see, from 1 it has become 0, and as you can see, total number of leads have become 3 now. And there is also a tab of favorite. If in case you want to mark a lead as favorite, you just have to click this button of star. Once you do this, you mark this, you can see that these two leads are marked as favorite. This feature is will help your employees to filter out those leads which are actually very relevant. These are those customers who are about to go, or which your team think that they need to focus them separately. So anytime your team or your employee just have to mark this favorite button. When the work is done, they can also undo it just by clicking the favorite again, and it will automatically get updated. Any lead can be searched via lead ID, via from a to dates with this calendar, via an employee. As an administrator, you can also select via the employee if in case you want to see the inquiries of a particular employee, or you can also filter out all the leads with phone number or email ID. As you can see right now, I just inserted this phone number and this lead got filtered. Now let's talk about how you can add a lead in the system. So there are two ways through which you can add a lead in the CRM. One is the manual process. There is a button of add lead. You just need to select the destination where your customer wants to go. Let me just add Shimla. I just need to add a departure date. Let me just put it tomorrow itself. Let's see, it's going from Delhi. I can pick up any source. I can add some details. Let me put the number of adults, number of nights, customer name, testing, customer cities, again Delhi, and let me just put it mobile number. Let me put country. Let me just put a done email ID. Once I press add lead button, lead will get automatically added, and it will directly go to the new leads section, and it will start displaying to each and every employee of yours, and they can assign the lead to themselves. So in a way, we have created this small marketplace within the CRM. So all those employees who are present right now, they can see it and they can assign the lead to themselves, and they can start working in the system, and they can start following a customer in your system. Now let's talk about how you can add a booking in your system. So a booking is someone who is a customer who wants to travel with you, and generally it's a process of converting a lead to a booking. So what we have done is that whenever a customer of yours or lead of yours says that yes, I want to convert, I want to take a package of yours, you just have to go to the lead detail page, and you just have to change the status of a lead from whatever it is currently to mature, and you have to press a button of go. Once you do that, then a booking form will automatically appear in front of your screen, wherein your sales user has to insert all the information of the package which he has sold to this customer. So there are few fields as you can see on the screen. So you just have to fill up all the information. For example, the package name, let's say I have given him Shimla package, where the pickup is from Delhi and the drop is directly given to Delhi. I've given Swift Desire to this customer, and this is the cost. As since I am an administrator, I can see this cost. So this is the cost. So you can also insert the information of cost, which only you can see. This is for your system. And there are few hotels which I've already inserted. So there is a library of hotels from which these hotels are coming. So I just pick up the hotel from my own library. Let me say I have given one room to this customer at a CP plan, wherein the check-in is let's say tomorrow, and the checkout is on 28th. I can fill up all the information of inclusion which I have given to this customer. If in case there is some kind of ticketing or toll or something like that, which whose cost you want to insert in the system, you can do this. You can add multiple details as well. It's up to you. Similarly, you can also add multiple hotels by clicking this plus button. You can also, so this is a inclusion of this particular hotel. And if in case there are inclusions of the full package, so this is where you have to add them. And this is the box of exclusions, what is not provided to this customer. Salesperson is, of course, you can, as I know, this I am salesperson. This is the total cost of the package for which I have asked this customers to pay. I can also include the taxes or student taxes. I can insert the package price. And once I click this button create, then system will create a booking. It's this, as you can see, there's a booking which has been created in the system. And once I go to the bookings tab, I can see the booking of Gaurav has been created in the system. So this is where you can see all the bookings of your company, and you can also filter these bookings from the departure date of form to 2. You can select that. You can filter out a booking with the help of email ID, phone number, or a booking ID. Now let's talk about how you can add your hotel repository or hotel database in the CRM. So for that you have to go to the hotel section in the sidebar menu, and you will land up on the list of the hotels which your company is having. So this is a complete list of hotels which will be completely manually added by you in the system. And as you can see, I have already added 2 hotels in my CRM. And I can see the details of the hotel by clicking this button. And as I can see, there is a Shimla View Hotel where I have added the city as Delhi, which is a 2-star hotel. This is the contact details of the person who is in touch with me in this hotel. In a similar way, I can also see the details of the Manali View Hotel, which is also a part of Delhi, and I can see the details of the contact person. I can anytime add the detail of a hotel by just going to the add hotel button, pressing the add hotel button, and I can add the hotel name, address, city, category, email, phone, description of the person who is a part of the hotel. And once I do that, that hotel will start coming into this listing page. And once I do this, I can also add the rooms in a hotel. There can be multiple type of rooms which can be present in the system, and I can also insert the room cost in the CRM, which I have which the price with which I am dealing with this hotel. And I can add some text for my own use. And this information is something which only you can see, an administrator can see, and only the operations team can see. Sales user cannot see this information by default. Once I press add button, this hotel details will get the hotel rooms will get added in the hotel, which I'll be able to see later on. As I can see, as I added the deluxe room which is costing 2500 rupees, I can see that I can add multiple number of or multiple kind of rooms in a single hotel. And as you remember, when you were creating the bookings, you were seeing only the list of those hotels which you have added in the system. This will help your sales team to add only to give only those hotels which are present in your CRM. In a very similar fashion, you can also add transport in your account, because generally I've seen that travel agencies have contracts with the local transporters, and I can, so this way you can also add a transport in your CRM which your sales team can see. So for doing that, I just have to press a button of add transport, and there are a type of type of a transport which you can add. It can be outstation, it can be local, it can be something else, and you just have to select the car type, so city, to city, price per day, distance, and once you do that, you will see all your transport options here. Let me just refresh it. So I can see all the transport which are present for me in the system. I can anytime edit this transport system by changing the details of the system. Only you can edit the transport, only you can add a transport. Your salesperson cannot do this, only operations team can do this. Now let's talk about last piece, one of the last piece and important piece, that is the employees in your company. So anytime you can add an employee in your company, and you can assign a role and a team to that person. So let me just talk about roles. So there are multiple roles in the system, which is definitely amongst them are uh, one is definitely administrator, sales manager, sales user, booking manager, and booking user. So sales user are the executive who generally make sales in the travel agency. And sales managers are those people who manages these sales users. Booking managers are those people or the operations guy who creates the booking, and the booking users are the lower level of operations guy, and booking managers are upper level of operations guy. Every information which a user can see, an executive can see, can also be seen by the manager as well. An administrator is someone who can see each and every information of all the employees in the system. Besides roles, there is also an option of adding teams. So this is good for those companies who have multiple teams. So you can create multiple teams in your system. So currently we will be able to create this team in your system, and we'll be helping you creating the teams. And you can have, let's say for example, you have offices in Delhi and one in Bangalore. So you can have multiple teams, and you can assign employees to the respective teams. In a way, this will help you. What it will help in is that Delhi people will see only the information of Delhi, and the Bangalore people will see only the information of Bangalore. So you can manage your multiple teams within the same CRM. So I just have to add the name of the person. Let me just do a test. Username is something which with which your user will be logging into the system. Now this is something very important. You have to add the email ID of your employee, and this email ID is something on which we will send the email with the password. So you will not be creating the password here. Password is something which will system will be creating and sending to your employee and to this email ID. And once he get an email with the password, he just have to use this test sales as a username and the password which he got in the email, and of course the tenant ID which you used to get in the initial when your CRM was created. Now, once I do this, once I add create employee, press this button. Sorry, I think there is some error, but definitely it will not be coming when I give it to you. So of course, employee has been created. The password has been sent anytime, and password to this email ID has been sent. Anytime you can modify the details of this employee by clicking onto this pencil icon, or you can also reset the password of this employee. So once I click this button of key, whenever I press this button, the password of this employee will be changed and will be sent to this email ID again. So once I do this, the password is sent successfully to that employee. So this way you can create and manage all your employees in the company. And last but not the least, it's the most important stuff, which is the reporting of your system. Now this is the number of leads. This is a report, date-wise report of number of leads which you are getting in the system, the number of bookings happening in the system, the booking IDs, and the amount of files your team is converting. You can see this report source-wise. You can see this report team-wise. You can see this report date-wise. Because this is one of the most important stuff. And the last report which we have in the system is all the payments which you will be recording in the system will be shown here. So payment is something which I'll be showing you in the booking manager option. So in against the booking, you can add a payment. So all the payments which you have added against the booking will be displayed in here with the customer name, booking ID, and all this. Right now, this data is empty. That's why you're not seeing it. But whenever you will add the data in the system, you will be seeing the report.